Fox Carolina investigates. Some upstate business owners are frustrated over trains they say are blocking the tracks for hours, sometimes even days at a time. And they tell us it's disrupting their livelihood and their bottom line. I've heard some similar stories from other people around the upstate, so I did a little digging to find out what's happening at this particular intersection near Rutherford Road in Greenville and what's being done to keep those trains from stopping. Donald Keller has had enough. He owns Vintage Auto on Pine Knoll Drive and Rutherford Road in Greenville. He says blocked railroad tracks are making it difficult for customers and suppliers to get to him.
Unfortunately, it is a random situation. We never know when that's going to happen, and we don't know how long they're going to stay. We have seen trains here for anywhere from 15 minutes up to the entire day.
Donald took this video on his cell phone earlier this month. He says that particular Norfolk Southern train was stopped over an hour outside of his business.
This is a safety issue. I have seen pedestrians crawl over and under the train when it's at rest. I have seen people pass bicycles across the train to each other.
Across the street, Bo Gossett is frustrated too. He owns Gossett Concrete Pipe Company. He says he's been losing money because of those blocked tracks.
We have two manufacturing plants here that require a lot of trucks, materials coming in and out throughout the day, and it has been just debilitating. The frequency has picked up tremendously over the last couple of years, and we've just lived with it, but it has shut our plants down on numerous occasions.
And with a business where time matters, Bo is feeling the stress when his trucks can't get where they need to go.
We produce concrete products for highway road work, so we have tight schedules, and the plants have just really suffered at times because of this train traffic.
Both Bo and Donald tell us there is an alternate route, but it's not convenient and forces their trucks and extra traffic through neighborhoods. The tracks at issue belong to Norfolk Southern. We reached out for an interview. While they wouldn't go on camera, spokeswoman Susan Turpay told me what's happening is not normal. She says more businesses are using trains to move goods, including through the South Carolina Inland Port at Greer. She gave us a statement that reads in part, quote, "At some locations we have to stage or hold the train until there is sufficient track capacity to move it onto the main line, similar to an interstate highway or into a rail yard. When we need to hold trains, we try to choose locations that will not disrupt local residents and will still allow motorists to use alternate routes to cross the tracks. Our goal is to keep the trains moving, and we apologize for any inconveniences to the public," end quote. Turpay also told me they have been working to fix the problem and have reopened a part of the rail yard in Chattanooga that wasn't being used. Norfolk Southern says they're also using an extra rail line to support the increased traffic and hopefully reduce delays. While there are no federal regulations when it comes to trains blocking intersections, there is a current state law that says it's illegal for trains to be stopped on tracks longer than 5 minutes. But the fine is minimal, $5 to $20, and it's not often enforced since federal railroad law trumps state railroad laws. A recent opinion from the state attorney general's office backs that. Norfolk Southern tells me while they know it's a frustrating situation, they are trying to be good neighbors. Donald just wants things to get worked out soon.
I just hope that we could get some awareness both for the operators of the trains and for the community at large. And maybe we can have this resolved somehow.
And Norfolk Southern tells me they want people to report those blocked intersections. They ask that you look for a sign like this one that has the crossing number and a number for you to reach them. The number that they'd like you to call is 1-800-453-2530. That will get you to their railroad police department, who actually tracks those calls and the problems. Now, we did check in with the Greenville Sheriff's Office, local fire departments, and even nearby Wade Hampton High School. They all tell us while those blocked tracks can be frustrating, they have learned to work around it, and it hasn't stopped anyone from responding to an emergency or getting kids home from school.